Welcome to the Dowden Podcast. I'm your host, the official CRG, and today we are going to talk about the real power of not giving up and why, if you truly apply yourself and really start to get motivated, you genuinely can make anything happen in this world. But before we get started, make sure to leave a like and subscribe down below. That way, you don't miss any weekly episodes and posts. You can find video of this episode strictly on YouTube, but the audio everywhere else. But to get right into it, when it comes to giving up, this is something that we have all done at least one point in our lives. Whether it's with work, school, sports, a video game, whatever it is, we have all given up because not everything in this world is easy and straightforward. Things are hard, things can be difficult. And when you give up, that is the easiest option. It's too much. It's too much to handle. So you going back down. Hell, even me, I have given up more times than I can even count on countless things: sports, school, this podcast. I probably wanted to stop this podcast 100 times just in 1 week, but I stayed with it. I kept going because through all those times that I wanted to give up, that I wanted to fail, that I wanted to shut down, when I didn't and I kept going, I learned that when I did give up, it didn't solve anything. In my mind, it solved everything because I didn't have to try anymore, because it was the easy route. But you have to understand that when you give up, it does not fix anything. It does not help you grow. It does not help you solve problems. It does not help you really explore you and reach your full potential because you're going and giving up. And like we said, when you go and give up, you don't really help yourself grow. You don't reach that full potential. You don't experience new things and new opportunities. Because for all you know, when you started that business, let's say in 2020, now in 2025, moving forward to 2026, you could have blown up by now. That business could have been successful if you would have just stayed with it. Same thing goes with anything. If you wanted to be an artist, if you would have been more consistent and engaged, maybe you could have been blown up by now. If you wanted to be better in sports, if you would have taken time and went out of your way, practiced, put in those late nights, look at different films, really study, maybe then you could have made it. But because you go and give up, because you go and take this easy route, it's then going to hinder everything. So it's not that, oh, you're not meant for it. Oh, you're not cut out. No, you just gave up. You stopped applying yourself. You stopped having that dream and really chasing it. It's not that, like we said, you're not cut out for it. It's not that you can't do it and that it's not meant for you. You just genuinely have to work towards it. So, no matter what you are doing, you absolutely cannot give up on yourself, because not only do you then give up on those goals, give up on that full potential, but you give up on that real growth in these opportunities. Because let's say you're slacking at work, you're not applying yourself, you're not showing up at time, you're not getting done what you're supposed to. You're not then going to be handed those certain opportunities to be promoted. If you're building a business and you're not busting your butt to make sure you're posting on time, you're engaging, you're making sure you're doing the top quality content and educating yourself, you're not going to get those opportunities to grow. You have to start applying yourself with whatever it is. Last video, we just talked about doing the bare minimum. These things go hand in hand. Doing the bare minimum isn't going to get you anywhere, but then giving up. Okay, you have to take control of your mentality because you are in full control. I used to be a crash out. I used to not take things seriously. I used to go mess up. I used to always be out and do this and that. That was me. That was me. I was doing the things that you should not be doing, but I changed my mindset. I stopped basically just falling short of things, and I realized that I have that control. I can't keep giving up. I can't keep falling short. I can't keep having that bare minimum mindset, and I have to go and apply myself to the task at hand. So, learning that you should never give up when it comes to anything you do is going to be crucial when it comes to changing your life or genuinely reaching those goals. I get it. It takes time, it's hard. I've done this podcast day in and day out for 3 years straight. This is the longest time in my entire life that I've stayed this consistent, that I've been on this grind. I've wanted to give up 1,000 times in damn near just 1 month. I understand when it comes to anything, sports, like we said, anything at all, it's going to be hard. But if you want to make it happen, it is your dream. You want to make it real, then start applying yourself. Stop giving up. Stop selling yourself short. Because for the most, basically, majority of my teens, that's all I did. I sold myself short. I told myself I couldn't do it. I basically beat myself down. And the second I changed my mindset and I really grew myself, I understood that I didn't have to give up. I shouldn't give up. I need to keep going no matter how hard it gets. It changed my life. So you can make it happen. I am no different than you. I am just talking behind a camera and trying to spread motivation to people. So go ahead, change your life, get off your ass, go make something happen of yourself. Stop giving up and make that change. But with that said, today's quote is by Chris Bradford. He once said, "Anyone can give up. It is the easiest thing in the world to do. But to hold it together when everyone would expect you to fall apart, now that is true strength." I appreciate you tuning in. You can follow us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. And this is the Dowdum Podcasts.